Welcome to the Mayor's Table. I'm Mayor Tommy Roberts, and joining me today is City Manager Rob Mays. Today's topic of discussion will be the recent completion and recent occupancy of Fire Station Number 1 on Auburn Avenue. Rob, tell us a little bit about how the Fire Station Number 1 became a priority project for the City of Farmington.
Well, this is an exciting time for our fire department. They've spent about a year and a half in a temporary facility while we were rebuilding Fire Station 1 for them. It's built at the same location. It really was our flagship of our fire department, but it was about a 60-year-old building that really became a place that probably wasn't even safe, frankly, for our staff to be in. And maintenance costs and overhead were starting to waste a lot of money and throw good money after bad. So back in fall of 2011, there were some favorable times in the bond market, and some of our bonds were maturing. We had the opportunity to refinance those bonds, and with the same payment to the general fund each year to actually raise $9 million of additional capital. So we really began a strategic planning process with the council, as you recall. It was 4 years ago now, and we vetted out, started probably 20, 30 projects, and ended up with 5 priority projects, the fire station being one of those.
What was the total cost for the fire station?
The fire station was about $3.5 million.
And so that was $3.5 million out of the total $9 million that was obtained through the refunding of existing bonded indebtedness.
That's right.
The other projects included the Farmington Animal Shelter,
Yep.
which we have been in now for in excess of 2 years.
Yep.
A detention pond, referred to as the Lakewood Detention Pond, I believe. We had an expansion of the Farmington Museum for about $2.5 million, I think. There were, what were the other projects?
Well, the only one that you missed was the Civic Center. That was actually the first project that was completed. We spent about $1 million to rehab that facility, turn it, frankly, from a gymnasium filling tile floor building to a beautiful space that now is used for all kinds of formal occasions.
How's the fire department staff feeling about being in the new facility?
They're enjoying it. I mean, we had them in a temporary facility that really wasn't very nice, and now they're in the facility. It's beautiful. I know we will be having a public grand opening soon to allow a chance for the public to come see it. But I know that our firefighters and our chief and command staff are very grateful for the elected officials and our community's commitment to them having a quality place to work out of, and to begin to have a new flagship for our fire department that we can be very proud of.
Does a new facility like this impact the city's ISO rating?
Well, not in and of itself, the new facility. It's not necessarily adding any new capacity. There's no new, additional firefighters or new operating costs associated with it. So it's not going to affect our ISO rating.
And in your opinion, what does it mean to the citizens of Farmington to have this new facility as sort of the flagship of our fire department assets at this point in time?
Well, I think that our community is very proud of our emergency responders, our police, and our fire department, and I think they want to provide a good place. I think the first and foremost is that our firefighters have a safe place that they can work out of and efficiently and effectively, and then it's a place that I think we all as a community can be proud of. There's a community room there. We're looking forward to the community to have an opportunity to interact with our firefighters at this place for many years to come.
I think one of the significant points to make from my perspective as an elected official, and I think it's important from the perspective of citizens, taxpayers of our community, that these 5 projects were accomplished and completed against a background of a recession. Yep. At a time when the financial resources of the city of Farmington were in a declining mode, not an inclining mode. Do you have any observations about the difficulty of planning for these projects in that environment?
Yeah, well, these were community priorities, I think, that the people really wanted to have. I think in terms of the animal shelter, particularly, a project that had been very important, had been set on the shelf during those financial times. And this was an opportunity to revive that project, amongst others. First and foremost, there was no additional demands or costs placed on the general fund. So the payment that we make on that bond is the exact same as we were making on the bond prior. That was a bond for Paninos Boulevard, Fire Station 6, and parts of the library. So we extended that, we refinanced that debt and extended it and we're able to generate that money to do projects that the public, I think, really wanted. I do think it's something that our elected officials and our community should be very proud of, that at a time when many cities were cutting back, laying off, closing facilities, really retracting in their quality of life, that we found a way creatively to accomplish 5 projects that I think our community is proud of.
Well, Rob, I appreciate your input on this, and I think we're about out of time for this segment of Mayor's Table. Thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to having you join us again in the future as we discuss other projects and programs that are offered by the City of Farmington.